The Bold and Beautiful is a swim group that goes from South Stain to Shelly Beach every morning of the year. I'm Rachel and I'm a lawyer in the city. I swim at Cabbage Tree Bay at least once or twice a week, sometimes more in the summer when the weather's really good or if there are a lot of good fish in the water. Cabbage Tree Bay is really special to me because of the community that comes here and because of everything you can see under the water that you just take for granted or not aware of otherwise. It's like an aquarium in there, so I've seen a cuttlefish, I've seen Port Jackson sharks, wobbegongs. I think just every time when the water's clear, I have the best time swimming in Cabbage Tree Bay. We absolutely need more protection for the oceans. I think it's so important because I think once you get into the water and you see that all these animals and how important they are, not just for us, but irrespective of us, it's just incredible and it really motivates you to try and protect the oceans.
I dive a lot around Sydney and Cabbage Tree Bay does differ quite a lot to other unprotected sites in that in a small bay there's just such an incredible biodiversity and so much marine life to see on a short dive. I'm Rosie Leaney. I've been working as a dive guide and photographing underwater at Cabbage Tree Bay for nearly 10 years. I love Cabbage Tree Bay because it's on my doorstep and it's stunning both above and below water. I get to dive here all year round, so I see an ebb and flow of different wildlife coming in, and you get to know individual animals. We know from experience that the supply of fish in the ocean is exhaustible, and marine protected areas and no-take zones are a key way to make sure that we don't run out. There's decades and decades of research on no-take zones and marine protected areas, and we already know their effects and that they can only be a good thing for the environment and humans.
One of my favourite things to photograph underwater is the cuttlefish. They're masters of their environment, they blend in to almost anything. And if you're lucky enough, they'll put on a really spectacular show for you. My name is Charles and I'm an underwater photographer. I have been freediving for just over 2 years now. The photography came pretty much at the same time. A few differences between other dive sites around Sydney and Cabbage Tree Bay is that there's a lot more life here. You don't see anywhere near as much in other locations. Our oceans are under a lot of stress at the moment, and I think it's not an easy issue to solve, but I think increasing the amount of no-take zones would definitely alleviate some of that stress. There is so much different marine life here, and you never know what you're going to see, and that's what's exciting and brings me back every time.